Welcome to my channel Echoes of Coin. What if the penny in your pocket could be worth far more than 1 cent? The 1935 Lincoln Wheat penny holds hidden secrets, rare varieties, and incredible collector value. Stay tuned, because this small coin might just surprise you with its big history. The 1935 1-cent coin stands as a significant piece of American numismatic history, capturing the essence of the Lincoln cent series during a period marked by the lingering effects of the Great Depression and the steady progression toward modern coinage standards. To understand the importance of the 1935 cent, one must explore its historical background, the design elements that define it, the mintage figures from the various mints, the varieties and errors that arose, the condition census, grading considerations, its place in collections, and its value trajectory through decades of interest from collectors and historians alike. The Lincoln cent had been introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured the now iconic portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and initially carried a reverse with wheat ears, a design that would endure until 1958. By 1935, the wheat cent had become a familiar part of everyday commerce, a coin handled daily by millions of Americans. Yet each year's issue carried its own story, shaped by minting practices, economic circumstances, and collector interest. In 1935, the United States was still recovering from the devastating economic collapse that had begun in 1929. Though the economy was beginning to stabilize, unemployment remained high, and the role of coinage in commerce was crucial. Pennies were vital for small transactions, especially in a time when a cent could still purchase meaningful goods such as postage, small items of produce, or household necessities. The production of 1-cent coins in 1935 was robust, with the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints all contributing to the nation's supply. The obverse of the 1935 1-cent coin retained the Brenner portrait of the 1935 1-cent coin stands as a significant piece. Lincoln. Lincoln faces right, his bust detailed with careful engraving that emphasizes his beard, high collar, and dignified expression. Above the portrait is the motto "In God We Trust," which had appeared on U.S. coinage since the Civil War era. To the left of Lincoln, along the inner rim, is the word liberty, a simple yet powerful reminder of the nation's guiding principles. To the right, near the rim and aligned with Lincoln's shoulder, is the date 1935. On coins struck at the Denver or San Francisco mints, a small D or S mint mark appears just below the date. On Philadelphia issues, no mint mark is present, consistent with standard practice at the time. The reverse of the 1935 1-cent coin carries the enduring wheat ears design. Centered is the denomination 1 cent in large bold letters, with United States of America immediately below it. At the top is the national motto E pluribus unum. Flanking the denomination are 2 stylized ears of Durham wheat, bending gracefully along the sides of the coin's field. This design not only framed the central inscriptions, but also reinforced themes of agriculture, prosperity, and the foundational labor of American society. The reverse was admired for its balance and simplicity, and by 1935 it was a trusted emblem of American coinage. Mintage figures for the 1935 1-cent coin were substantial. At the Philadelphia Mint, the largest producer, more than 245 million cents were struck. The Denver Mint contributed over 47 million pieces, while the San Francisco Mint produced approximately 38 million. These numbers ensured that the 1935 cent was widely available in circulation and remains accessible to collectors today. However, within these large totals exist subtle distinctions in quality, strike characteristics, and survival rates, which influence modern desirability. When examining 1935 cents, condition plays a critical role. Because so many were made, circulated examples remain common, often showing wear from years of use in pocket change. In lower grades, such as good or very good, the portrait of Lincoln is worn but visible, and the reverse wheat ears may be faint. In fine to very fine condition, more detail emerges, including clear lines in Lincoln's beard and sharper lettering. Extremely fine coins display only light wear, with much of the original design intact. About uncirculated and mint state examples retain significant luster, though bag marks and surface abrasions may be present due to handling at the mint. High-grade mint state examples are particularly attractive to collectors, especially those displaying red coloration. Copper coins such as the 1935 cent naturally tone over time, progressing from the brilliant red of freshly struck copper to shades of red-brown and eventually full brown. Collectors prize red examples most highly, though red-brown and brown specimens also hold value depending on grade. In the grading scale, designations such as MS 63 red, MS 65 red, and higher indicate premium quality. Finding fully red, gem quality 1935 cents is more challenging than locating circulated examples, but such coins exist in significant numbers due to the original mintage size. Varieties and errors add layers of interest to the 1935 1-cent coin. Collectors have identified several double die obverse varieties for this year, with doubling visible in the date or in inscriptions such as Liberty or In God We Trust. These varieties range from dramatic examples to minor forms of doubling, and their values differ accordingly. Repunched mintmarks, RPMs, are another collectible feature, particularly for Denver and San Francisco issues. In these cases, the mintmark was struck more than once into the die, resulting in overlapping impressions visible under magnification. Such varieties were created during die preparation and are avidly collected today. Errors also exist for the 1935 cent off-center strikes. Broad strikes, die cracks, and clipped planchets occasionally appear, providing distinctive and often valuable examples of minting anomalies. These coins, once regarded as curiosities, are now recognized for their role in illustrating the minting process and its occasional imperfections. Error coins from 1935 can command significant premiums depending on rarity and visual appeal. The 1935 cents role in collections is shaped by its accessibility and its place in the broader Lincoln Wheat series. For collectors assembling a complete date and mint set, the 1935 cent is a necessary component. Because it is not a particularly scarce issue, it is often acquired early in the pursuit of a full set. Yet within the series, quality distinctions, varieties, and special examples create opportunities for advanced collecting as well. Some collectors seek to build typesets featuring one example from each major era of U.S. coinage. For them, the 1935 cent represents an affordable and historically meaningful choice. Value for the 1935 cent varies widely based on condition, coloration, and variety. Circulated examples in lower grades are typically worth only a small premium over face value, perhaps a few cents to $1 depending on condition. In higher grades, especially in mint state with red coloration, the value increases substantially. A certified MS-65 red 1935 cent can command prices in the hundreds of dollars, while superb examples may reach into the thousands. Varieties such as double dies or repunched mintmarks add further premiums, as do unusual error coins. Thus, while common in circulated form, the 1935 cent offers avenues for significant value in specific niches. Historically, the 1935 cent reflects both continuity and resilience. The design had already been in use for more than 2 decades, a familiar symbol of Lincoln's legacy and the nation's principles. The wheat reverse reinforced agricultural identity during a time when rural communities and farms were essential to survival in the Great Depression era. The coin's ubiquity in circulation gave it a role in daily life, passing through countless hands in shops, markets, and households. Its modest face value belied its importance in the small-scale transactions that sustained families during difficult years. For numismatists, the 1935 cent provides insight into the minting practices of the 1930s. The large production numbers illustrate the scale of operations, while the presence of varieties and errors reveals the challenges of die preparation and coin striking. Advances in die technology and quality control would later reduce the prevalence of such features, but for 1935 they were part of the landscape. Collectors today value these aspects not only for their rarity but for the story they tell about the era's minting environment. The survival rate of high-grade 1935 cents owes much to the habits of coin savers. Even during lean times, some individuals set aside uncirculated rolls of pennies, often obtained from banks. These rolls, sometimes forgotten for decades in drawers or boxes, later provided the source of pristine coins that now populate grading registries and collections. Without such acts of preservation, gem-quality 1935 cents would be far scarcer. Over time, the Lincoln Wheat Cent series has gained enduring popularity, and the 1935 issue contributes meaningfully to that legacy. The series bridges the early 20th century with the mid-century, linking the memory of Lincoln's centennial to the evolving role of coinage in modern America. For collectors, each date and mint mark serves as a milestone in assembling a narrative of history, art, and economics. The 1935 cent, while not a key rarity, stands as an important marker in this continuum. As the decades have passed, the value of the 1935 cent has shown steady growth, particularly for premium examples. Price guides, auction records, and marketplace trends all reflect the interplay of supply, demand, and collector enthusiasm. Coins certified by reputable grading services often command the highest premiums as their authenticity and grade are assured. Auction highlights occasionally feature spectacular examples, drawing attention to the beauty and potential of what might otherwise seem a humble coin. Beyond monetary value, the 1935 cent carries intangible significance. It is a tangible connection to the lives of people in the 1930s, individuals who struggled through economic hardship, sought stability, and relied on every cent for daily needs. Holding such a coin today allows collectors and historians alike to imagine the stories it witnessed, the exchanges it facilitated, and the history it silently recorded. In this sense, each 1935 cent is more than copper, it is a fragment of collective memory. The study of the 1935 1-cent coin is not only about its physical characteristics but also about the broader context of American coinage. The Lincoln cent remains one of the most beloved and widely collected series in U.S. history, and the wheat cent era from 1909 to 1958 forms a cornerstone of that tradition. Within this era, the 1935 issue is emblematic of a time when coinage was both a necessity of commerce and a canvas for national ideals. It bridges the artistry of Brenner's design with the realities of economic life in Depression-era America. For advanced collectors, the pursuit of 1935 cents extends into registry sets, where competition for the highest graded examples can be fierce. In these venues, minute distinctions in color, strike, and preservation make the difference between coins of average and exceptional value. Population reports from grading services show the relative scarcity of top-end red examples, further driving interest. Collectors who specialize in varieties seek out the notable double dies and mint mark repunchings, adding layers of complexity to the challenge. In educational terms, the 1935 cent offers lessons in numismatics, history, economics, and art. It demonstrates how coinage serves both practical and symbolic functions, how design can endure across decades, and how value can shift depending on perspective. For some, it is a coin worth only a few cents in worn condition. For others, it is a prized artifact deserving of study and preservation. This duality reflects the richness of numismatics as a field. The 1935 1-cent coin may not be rare, but its story is deep. From its mintage across 3 mints, through the varieties and errors that intrigue collectors, to the values that span the spectrum from pocket change to auction highlight, it embodies the multifaceted nature of coin collecting. It is a piece that anyone can own, yet it can also be the subject of specialized expertise. It invites both casual appreciation and scholarly analysis. Ultimately, the 1935 cent endures as a symbol of resilience, continuity, and accessibility. Its widespread availability means it often serves as an entry point for new collectors, while its subtleties reward the dedicated numismatist. As part of the great tapestry of Lincoln cents, it connects generations, bridging the era of the Great Depression with the world of modern coinage. Whether cherished for its design, valued for its rarity in high grade, or held as a simple reminder of history, the 1935 1-cent coin secures its place in the ongoing story of American money.